Am I the a-hole for getting involved with a married woman on vacation and then realizing we were meant to be together? So, I'd been in this seaside town for about 2 weeks. The town itself was small, quiet, and honestly kind of boring, so people spent most of their time watching each other. That's how this whole thing started. Everyone kept talking about this woman who walked up and down the promenade every day with a little white dog. Nobody knew her name. Nobody knew why she was alone. They'd call her the lady with the dog, like she was some kind of local attraction. I was sitting at the same outdoor cafe I always went to, trying to kill time when I saw her pass by. She wasn't trying to draw attention. She was just walking, and the dog stuck right next to her like it didn't trust anyone else. I'm not going to pretend I'm some good guy here. I've got a wife back home, kids too, a whole life that looks fine on paper, but being at home feels suffocating. My wife is serious, always correcting, always acting like she's thinking on some higher level, and I feel like I'm constantly being judged just for existing. I've cheated before, more than once. I'm not proud of it, but it's the truth. I've gotten really good at telling myself it doesn't mean anything, that it's just something temporary to make life feel less dull. Around men, I'm awkward and closed off, but around women, I relax without even thinking about it, like I already know the rules. That's not something I admire about myself, but it's how I am. After that first day, I started seeing her everywhere, always alone. People kept calling her the lady with the dog, and I did too, because it was easier than thinking about her as a real person with an actual life somewhere else. One night, I was eating dinner at the park restaurant by myself, like I usually did, and she came in and sat at a table near mine, close enough that I could hear her chair scrape and see the way she kept her shoulders pulled in, like she was trying not to take up space. I honestly wasn't planning on talking to her, but once she was that close, all those stupid stories people tell about vacation towns and easy flings started creeping into my head. I did something dumb and snapped my fingers at her dog, which growled at me, and that really should have been the end of it. Instead, she looked at me, blushed a little, told me he didn't bite, and suddenly we were talking. Nothing serious, just small talk between two bored people pretending they weren't killing time. How long have you been here? Where are you from? God, this place is boring. She laughed when she said it, but it was careful, like she wasn't used to laughing freely with strangers. After dinner, we ended up walking together, which already felt like crossing a line even though neither of us said it out loud. The night was warm, the sea looked good, and it's honestly embarrassing how quickly everything can start to feel romantic. I told her bits about myself, the parts that sound interesting without giving too much away, and she told me she grew up in another city, that she was married, that she lived in some town she could barely describe, and she laughed at herself because she couldn't even explain what her husband did. I went back to my room that night already knowing I'd see her again.